Hey there, good evening. Well, it is here in Youngstown, Ohio. It's 6:52 p.m. On a semi-cloudy, slightly rainy day. It rained late this morning till just about noon, and I mean it poured from about 11:40 to about, 12:15. It really came down. Then it stopped, and just a little bit ago, south of me, it's really pouring, I hear. Just a few miles south of me. Here it's just drizzling lightly. I got up this morning, I woke up around 6 a.m. and I laid there in bed till about 7. Got up, did laundry, ran some errands, one of which was to my sister's house on the other side of town to pick up a weed whacker she didn't want. She bought a new weed whacker last year. She thought it was too heavy. She wants to get something lighter and smaller, so she gave me a weed whacker, which I can use because I got 2 in the garage, neither of which run. One's a good Steel brand, and one's some other brand. I don't remember what. It might be an actual true weed eater brand. Plus, I got a couple electrics. The electrics are nice, but God, I got to string every extension cord I have in the house together to get all the way out around the yard. I'm like, that's a pain. And the 2 gas-powered ones, I just got to get around to taking them in the shop someday and tearing them apart and cleaning the carbs out and making them run. But anyhow, I went over to get this one, and then I ran to Hobby Lobby. And though they had some stuff on sale, I didn't buy nothing. Because they didn't really have anything I truly wanted. And what I needed, I'm like, I don't want to pay that price. Even with the 40% off, I'm hoping that somebody on eBay has just the parts I need from it. I'd rather, spend, $8 or something like that, or $10 for a handful of parts. And get them that way. So then I ran to my normal hobby shop. And my girlfriend calls me while I'm doing all this and says, hey, I'm not going to the family gathering thing in Cleveland. You want to do something? I'm like, yeah, we'll do lunch. So I went to the hobby shop, came home, and that's when it was really pouring. So I waited a bit, and then ran over to her place, and we did lunch, came home, and I've been vegging on the couch since about 1:30, up until about an hour and a half ago. And so I got up, and I went in my model room. And I intended on doing more yard work today, but with everything being soaking wet, so much for that. I did cut the front lawn last night, and because it was really needed it. So hopefully tomorrow, even though they're forecasting all day rain, maybe it'll pass us and I can get a little bit done. I got a 4-day weekend though, so hopefully maybe if I don't get anything done tomorrow, I will Monday. Plus, I gotta get my Challenger group build done because I started the damn group build. If I got to do a quickie build and get it done, so be it. Anyhow, this is not the subject of this video, is it? The subject of this video goes out to Mars. Mars, if you're watching, this is for you. This is for Mars Rust Bucket Group Build 2023. What I've been doing in my model room for the past hour and a half is going through my stash and thinking to myself, what do I want to build as the Rust Bucket Group Build car or truck? And I fought with myself as to which to pick. And I finally decided on the 56 Chevrolet Del Rey. One of the deciding factors was, let's spin it around here, it doesn't have a lot of bare metal required. You got the side trim and the front and back windows. And I know optionally some had on the door sill, some didn't, but the Bel Airs had it all the way around, and I didn't want to do something with a lot of bare metal. I want to do something a little bit simpler because I'm involved in enough group builds and other things to do. I thought myself I had some 30s and 40s cars that didn't need a lot of bare metal either, but however, excuse me. They had like stock only suspensions. I want to be able to lower it easily. Excuse me, without having to modify it. This comes with a lowered suspension kit. So excuse me. This cough is driving me nuts. All this smoke the past few days and cutting grass last night didn't help. Anyhow, where was I? I'm probably going to go with a lowered patina look. I might even do the modern wheels, with the lowered thing, and I might change the engine to a like an LS type engine, like from a Vet or something. But that's what I'm going to do. A little education for you on these old Tri-5s, and I guess it applies to almost any car back then. Ford, Chevy, Mopar, it don't matter. A lot of times you'll see these with a white roof, and a main body color. They won't even do the two-tone. They'll just be a certain color body, and the roof is white. And sometimes just the roof, and sometimes the pillars and the roof. And I found out, reading about it online, that the reason being is Chevy did them depending on which plant and what part of the year when they were first came out. Mainly on the 55s. I'm not sure about 6 and 7, but on 55s, it depended on which plant and what time of year. Some they just painted the roof. Also, a lot of cars went to dealers and then the customer said, hey, I want a white roof. So the dealership would paint it white. And the reason for that was because air conditioning sure as hell wasn't cheap. And a white roof reflected a lot of the heat. So that's why so many, it varied. And yeah, because I often build these for slot car bodies and I'm like, okay, what's accurate? Is it just the roof or is it the pillars in the roof? And by reading it, either one's right. Or a customer would build owner of the car would do the roof white himself. Or herself. Or their self. Or themselves. Or itself. Whatever the appropriate term is now, God only knows. But yeah, that's it, Mars. You're going to see, hopefully in about 3 months, I believe that's what you're giving us. You're going to see that thing done in some patinaed out version. And like I said, I may change the wheels and tires and still go lowered. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, that's my choice. So we shall see. Okay, and so I walk into Ollie's yesterday on the way home from work because they were supposed to have some Hot Wheels. And even though I'm sort of getting out of some of that, I wanted to see if they had anything I did like. And what are you doing, Mitzi? Oh, you're so weird. Just playing with something on the floor. Anyhow, they didn't have any Hot Wheels stuff, but they had the monogram cars that most of you know about. I think they had the Viper and the Vet, and maybe one other that I already have one of, on the one end of the aisle. I'm like, okay, it's the same old stuff. So I walked down and I almost missed it, but this pops out at me. I'm like, whoa, okay. And these aren't made specifically for them like the monogram ones were, because the price tag was on the plastic. These are like Walmart leftovers. But anyhow, yeah, it was $12.99, but it was a 15% off anything in the store sale this weekend. And I guess all this past week. So I picked up this. I'm like, oh, for that price, I can't beat it. It was basically $12 because I bought this too. And it was another $12.99, but it was like $12 even. The reason they were $12 even was it came to like 23 something. And then she goes, would you like to round up for some donation to some children's charity? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So she rounded up and it came to 24. So $12 a piece. Nice thing about this version is I've had this in the past, never built it, always traded off. I had plans for it, but never got through it. They've updated this kit. Okay, it does come with all the Coca-Cola stuff, which, neither here or there for me. But the ice chest, this is like the old ice chest they had in the old hardware stores and grocery stores, stuff like that back in the day. So that's nice for a diorama, and they give you the Coke container things. Those are nice. But they've upgraded it to the stock wheels and, poverty hubcaps. And also I noticed the headlights, they're no longer chrome. They give separate lenses now. It seems like Round 2 is doing that to a lot of these old kits. Doing the getting rid of the molded in chrome headlights and putting reflectors and lenses. So that's a nice little thing. The only thing I wish they would have done was put a stock 6-cylinder in here. The only thing that's in this kit is the the Chevy. I think it's supposed to be a 427. I wish they wouldn't have, put a Chevy engine in this thing. But they did. But I picked up that. And today I stopped at my local hobby shop, like I said earlier, and he had on the reduced table this thing. Yeah, and I'm like, well, I gotta get it. It's $24.95. I'll get it. This was one of the older kits that he got last week. I got that GTX, and he still had this week. I'm like, I'll get it. Why not? Cool kit. It's got the single headlight grill, which was actually in the real world made by Two Grills. They removed the inner headlight and they took a section out of this and they added it over. So they have the two stock. This is nice super stock. And yeah, hey, I got to get something every time I'm in there. It's like a prerequisite. I hardly ever go out of there empty-handed. I mean, sometimes it's only a can of paint and, maybe a sheet of decals or something. But I almost always go out of there with something in hand. So, yeah, that's it. So that's my video for today. And that's the new stuff I brought home. Yay, more stuff. More to the stash. And that's dedicated to Mars, the 56 Chevy. So let's see how that comes out. Try to start on this and all the other stuff I have going. But all right, well, that's it for now. I'm going to go make a sandwich and watch the tube or whatever. And hopefully tomorrow's half decent weather-wise. Maybe I can get some yard work done. It's still lightly misting out there right now. Maybe it'll stop, but even if it does, it's too wet to do anything. So, it's Ohio. What do you expect? All right, hey, everybody, have a good evening. Have a wonderful, great 4th of July, if you can. If I don't make a video before then, I hope to make one on the 4th for my group build. Like I said, the 4th is all day. It's 24 hours long. So, I can't tell you what time my Challenger should be ready, but sometime on the 4th I should be presenting it. Even if it's done sooner, I'll wait till the 4th to do it. So we'll see. But hey, like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed, share it, all that good stuff, and I will talk to you later. Have a good night. I'm out.